Hi there, good people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Today, I'm going to be doing a morning thoughts episode on a particular topic, not related to fragrance directly, but taken from my real life. I've been doing a lot of this lately, and because I feel some of you are watching this, you like this kind of life talk, apart little deviation from fragrance talk, because we are real life people, okay? And we have sentiments, we have observation, we go through daily life, we learn. Life is short, we never know how long our stay is here. So, some of you, if you don't like the kind of content, non-fragrance related, you can skip the video, no problem, I don't mind. But those who watch, those who are like-minded, those who are thoughtful and always are genuine, like I'm trying to say, people who really like real life talks and then can relate, this talk is for you. So I did already 2 reviews, Mansera and Montal's. Check those out. I'll upload those two with alongside this. So today's topic I want to talk about, I'll try to keep it within 10 minutes, okay? Because this topic, only one topic. It's like Joey, I have only one thought in my mind. I miss friends, those are the best times. Different people have different times. Friends were our time in the college university days. So today's topic I want to talk about is okay, what's the topic? I think the title would be, do not work for others' destiny or something like it. I'll think of something, but what I'm trying to say is the importance of independence and work for yourself and motivation and how these things are connected. Okay, so I'll think of some title, but let's start the talk, then you'll see. The thing is, you have different phases in life. When you're a kid, you just have no clue what you're doing, you're just playing, eating, you're just like, nowadays kids are more advanced, but our times kids were basically useless. How so? Because kids are like playing, they don't have to do any hard work, serious work, they don't have to keep very strong contribution in the community. But as you grow up, you become part of the school institution, and then you become like sort of like a student force, and you go for the community. As you grow up, you sit for exams, those are very challenging times. As you grow up, you have to really become, like sports, you have to increase your knowledge, IQ, fitness, studies, all together. Those are the best times, some of the best times of a person's life. And after you finish school, you go to the colleges are more serious than school. You become enter the territory of men. You start getting that feel of life of a real man, because you have to be more engaged. I am saying this from my perspective, you can feel differently, but I was never the biggest fan of studying. I'll tell you why. Because I never found inspiration. I'll discuss a little bit of that, the system of institutes, teaching, where it's lacking a little bit. But moment you graduate college, let's say you did, then you move to university, then you did degree, masters, PhD, numerous degrees are there. You can do postgraduates. So what happens in the process, you're studying for certain goal. Perhaps you're studying to become a doctor. Perhaps you are trying to figure out your profession, your science or arts or commerce, what's your mainstream, or maybe you want to be someone creative, actor, singer, painter. A lot of people out there with differences, because every single human being is unique. Everybody is different from each other. So the thing is, my topic today is not about the student life. I'm trying to talk about the topic on why you should work on your own dream. Why should you become you should take control of your own goal. It's going to sound like a motivational video, but this is from my life. I'll just share 1 or 2 incidents, then you will see. So just let me finish that part of the studying, where I never was a very big fan of studying. I was a smart student, okay, but I never really studying, because most of the schools and colleges that I studied, I felt the teaching, if your teaching is not inspiring, your teachers are not creative, and they are just like doing it for the money, and they're just doing it like board, pen, slides, those never inspire me. I never felt like learning. Subjects I wanted to learn, I wanted to do the subject that I took interest in. I got only let's say we call it letter. Letter means we got A+ score in my school in agricultural studies. That is the only subject that I did good. Others one I just barely passed. I got like first division, that's about it. But college and university, I never really found that many inspirational or exceptional teachers. See, this is the difference between a person who teaches and the other one who inspires. If you cannot inspire or make the students think. They will never feel interest in the class. They're just all about punishment, assignments, and stuff like that. No, I'm not that kind. Some of the classes I did so well. I did like projects and stuff, or examination where I got full mark, I got extra mark, bonus mark, because I was very inspired to do. So this part where I said, this is the inspiration, that's the only thing you can take forward from your institution to your workforce. In the college university life, we are taught a lot of ethics. We are taught, I studied in a Malaysian university called International Islamic University, where supposedly it's international and as well as Islamic, like they teach you values and stuff, but it's more like international university, so different countries people come and study. So I did my 2 degrees there, undergrad and masters. So I met a lot of people from different parts of the world, and I realized today I don't remember anything from my academic studies except the memorable memories where my teachers taught me, like let's say about wasting food. That I remember all my life. The importance of ethics, work ethics, values, how you should engage yourself in the workforce ethically, those things, just example. But when you enter workforce, you'll see reality is totally different than what you studied. Like theoretical, you got perhaps the best marks, but when you join the workforce, it's all about corruption. It's all about kissing butts. I cannot use the words that could be potentially harmful, so I'm trying to be civilized from now on. But you'll see politics, you'll see people using people to go next step, and these are the reality. People are unethical, they steal, they worst thing I see people working are people who don't want to do their job. They just want to finish the 7 to 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then draw salary, that's it. They don't want to do anything extra. Okay, so there's sometimes could be the fault of the system, sometimes they are not inspired, but at the same time sometimes it's like their fault. They don't want to do honest work. They just want to earn the money, show the people I'm working, I have the ID, I'm working for this company Dell, or I'm working for Google. It's all about show off. Okay, but if you really like your job, okay, that's when you should do a job. But today I'm trying to tell you, try to do something different. In Bangladesh especially, I see the market in Malaysia and Bangladesh. We're 2 Muslim countries, Muslim majority, but hardly any ethical practices here. I'll just tell you, corruption is everywhere. People are so corrupt, people are so unfair, people make people do work they take credit for, they sort of harm others, fellow employees. People make people lose jobs, they sabotage, blackmail. All these things happen. Politics in the office is the worst. People who work in the workforce, they know how you have to, if you're an honest person, you will really struggle to survive, because you have to go with the system which is corrupt. If you want to be honest, you'll never make it far, unfairness. So in those ways, I feel the biggest challenge in workforce, if you join, it's independence or lack of it. Most of the places you cannot work with your independence. They give you, definitely the company has goals, you have to achieve it, that's fine. You're working for them, you are working with your job description or your responsibilities, but sometimes the companies tell you to do things that you're not supposed to do. It's not part of your job. So you have to do it at times if you're junior, if you're just new, because you have to save your job. In Bangladesh, imagine, I'll tell you the worst part. We have a small country with a huge population. That's what happened. It so happens, you have like 1 seat, like in the university or a job, 1 seat, 10,000 people will apply. Only 1 person will make it out of 10,000. Just plain example. Malaysia is much better. It's a big country, smaller population, but still people are competing to get that job. Let's say petrol station job now, or a restaurant job, you see, waiting job. 6-10 people want to do the job. So if you don't want to do, the owner doesn't mind. They'll be like, no problem. Company boss will say, let you go. And then someone else is willing to do the job for the same price tag. They're willing to do the hard work. But this is what happens. You lose inspiration. Perhaps they're paying you a good salary. I'm not against the jobs. If a place has good work ethics and they have good discipline and fairness, by all means, jobs are great. My dad, he's in the workforce, he teaches, he's a professor. But when you see you work hard and you deserve something and you don't get it, and someone else does who's playing politics but they're powerful, it really kills your inspiration. Man, you will feel so bad, you'll feel so unfair, the world is unfair, and you will try to retaliate, but sometimes they actually screw you, very badly. So I think in those ways, uh, it's better if you are in control of your own life. It's not easy. Nothing is easy. Working is not easy. Doing your own business, doing your own uh, uh, independent thing is not easy. Sometimes you're not successful doing your own thing. Let's say you want to do a restaurant, you want to do a food car, like food cart. You want to have burgers or fast food. It's not likely that every time you will be successful. Maybe you'll be a failure. Okay, but if you can work hard, if you believe in yourself that you really know you want to do this. Let's say I'm doing fragrance thing, many people ask me, what do you do? At times I'm get confused. I'm like, what is it that I do? I used to be a cricket coach. That was my job. I used to be a chef. That was my job. I used to be an event organizer. That was my job once. Okay, I used to be a professional cricketer. That was my job. I never say I was into my student life so much, because I never studied. I always found sports, cooking, singing. These are my things. But coming back to the point, I always found something that I really want to do. Why do I do fragrances? Because I always loved fragrances in my life. In 2015, 14, I started watching reviews by the great reviewers, and I felt inspired. I want to do this. I didn't have that idea that I'm going to make this my line of work, or I'm going to collect so many fragrances. It just happened to happen. It became my destiny, because I fell in love more and more, and I wanted to work. I wanted to be engaged. I want to get popularity. I want to be known. I want to spread my messages. So when I started my channel, I didn't think of monetization, money. I thought, I'm fine. Let's just do this to help people out. But then slowly I realized, more and more you do it, your time is precious. You're doing 24 hours. You're either thinking of it, you are studying about it, reading about it, watching about it, sniffing it, buying it, using it, selling it. If you do this whole process, you are part of the system. Okay, so I took it as my work. So when people ask me nowadays, what do you do? I say this: fragrances. In general, it's a broad term. I do fragrances. I know what I want to do. I don't know anything that's going to happen for future. I'm not sure, but I decided one thing, that is, I'll never work for others' dreams. Okay, I read this concept before. You're basically working so hard to make someone rich. You are drawing, say, $1,000 per month, but your boss is making you do all the work. 7 days you work like a day and night shift, like a donkey, and you work there. You are the workhorse. I think that's the term. They're making you do all the work, and they're just sitting on their chair, and then they're drawing salary, $5,000. Okay, and you are the one who's doing all the hard work, and they have no clue what they're doing. And if you try to protest against anything unfair, it happened with many of my friends. They lost their jobs, or they got busted so bad, like they officials or co-workers, they kind of like damaged them or harmed them. So the thing is, what is the solution? If you really want to become someone and you want to be inspired, do what you love. If you do not enjoy accounting, do not be an accountant. You maybe you're good at it, but you always like not inspired, so you'll never achieve anything great in life. So in the end, you realize you retired as a banker or whatever, counting other people's money. I'm not putting down bankers. Okay, try to understand what I'm saying. Maybe you were born to be a sailor. Maybe you were born to become a sheep farmer in New Zealand, like something I really gave it a thought. I want to do because I love animals. Maybe you wanted to be a restaurant owner. I keep saying restaurant because food and soul, very close. Maybe you want to be an actor or an artist, singer. If you really were serious, trust me, if you really are serious, you'll find your inspiration. And the most important thing is you will work hard for your goal. If you're working for someone else's goal, you'll never be inspired, especially when they don't treat you right, if they don't pay you well, if they don't pay you fair salary. So think of, if you've already been working for so long, but you feel like your career is going nowhere, you're not inspired, start off something that you want to do. Maybe you want to open a bar in Western countries. You want to open a bar. You want to be a bartender. You want to be the cool guy. You want to be playing music, and then there's like live music. There's like Western bands coming, and people are happy having a ball. Maybe you want to be that guy. So do what makes you happy. Okay, it's easy to say, but if you can have the guts to do what you want to do, you'll be so much happier. Don't worry about the future. You might fail. You might win. You might succeed, or you might just fail. But you'll always find something you learn from your journey. I learned every single thing I did in my life. I learned something, and I learned from my mistakes. I learned from others' mistakes. So my humble request, in the end, I'm not telling you if you love this, you have to do this. This is every work it takes a lot of sacrifice. You have to always decide what you want to do. Priority. Do I want to buy a fragrance or buy some nice clothing? Fragrance it is. Okay, so you don't get nice shirt, you don't get nice shoes, you don't get your Nike, but I tell you one thing, I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but I'm slowly seeing that things kind of like falling into places. Like God cannot even deny you. if you did hard work. Even God decides everything. So have some faith, even if you're not a believer. Keep working for something that you believe in. Be honest to something, be true to something, okay? It will take you somewhere. You don't have to worry about the destination. Think of the journey, okay? That's all I have for you today. I wanted to talk so much more because I had so much more thoughts, like Joey, single thought. No, but I feel I just wanted to convey the message. If you have not here someday, maybe 2-3 guys watched it and you decided to make a change, do what makes you happy. Do what you really want to do. Make it as a profession. You'll enjoy your job so much. Thank you very much for watching. I'll go upload this and I'll see you soon. Have a nice day and weekend ahead. Bye-bye.